All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of How Do I Do This Anyways? Um, Today's a topic of conversation. It's going to be these delightful cams. So we're going to start off with a parametric pair. The reason for that is because what I want you to be able to do is take your box and kind of edit that to have your cam in it, so that way you can actually show it moving. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to start out as we typically do, new file, and we want a standard millimeter IPT. Okay. Now, I'm going to start a new sketch, and I want this sketch to be on this XZ plane right there, so I'm looking straight down from the top. Any plane should work, but this one works best to me. Now, I want to parametrically model this. So instead of typing in all the numbers, I'm going to use equations to do that. So I'm going to come up here to Manage and click Parameters. I'm going to add a numeric parameter called nom, because that's short for nominal. And for now, I'm just going to have that be 25.4, so 1 inch. I'm going to click Done. All right. Now, I'm going to come back here to my Sketch tab, grab my circle tool, and get to it. So I'm going to start grounded at the origin with the little green dot, and I'm just going to type in nom. Wow, that's tiny. Let's zoom all the way in there and recognize that yes, that is in fact the 25.4 that I was looking for. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a point here, okay? I don't want to drop it on this line because I want to build the constraint to hold that over top of the center. So I'm going to now click this vertical constraint, click that line, click that center, and it brought the point over to where I want it to always be. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dimension this thing. You can change the parameters of your cam by varying where this location is. That location is going to be the center of the circle of the lobe of the cam. So what I'm going to do is, since I want this to be parametric, I'm going to type in my parameter again, but I want it to be a distance from the middle to the top, so I'm going to take that as nom over 2 to give us a radius. And I want it to be maybe 80% of the way out from there, so I'm going to type in times 0.8, and that's going to move that point to be 80% of the way out there. Now I'm going to go ahead, grab my circle again, click it, and drag it out. And then I'm going to type in nom. Let's just go over 2 this time. So now I have that size circle. So once I've got those 2 circles, what I want to do is I want to grab my line tool, and I'm just going to click and drag out a couple of lines. Okay? Have them free floating in space, because what we're going to do is we're going to constrain them over to where we want. We need them to be tangential, for this line to be tangential there and this line to be tangential there. If you don't have all tangential connections between your curves and whatnot on these cams, they don't spin right. So making sure we got those tangential constraints, I'm going to grab my trim tool and I'm going to trim off any excess lineage that's going to mess with my extrusion. So get rid of those, get rid of these. Just try to make it so that way it's a nice open shape that when I extrude, it will extrude that whole shape. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try that. I'm going to extrude it. Boom, that looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and just extrude 5 millimeters and click OK. Now I have a great start of a parametric pair. I'm going to go ahead and click to start a new sketch on here where I'm going to put my axle hole. We're going to use square axles in this that are roughly 1/4 of an inch in diameter, 1/4 inch across. So I'm going to just type in 0.26 IN and then hit tab and type in the same thing again, 0.26 IN. And it'll automatically convert it to millimeters for me. Now I'm going to click Finish. And now I'm going to extrude that square, but I'm going to cut it through all. And now click OK. All right. That looks gorgeous. Oh, wait, one more thing. Gosh, I almost forgot. You got to sign it. So we're going to start a sketch right there. Go ahead and put your initials on it. Now, right there, that text will not show up on an STL. But if I want to go ahead and make sure that it does, I'm going to go ahead and emboss that into the surface. Okie dokie. There we go. So you should put your initials on your cam. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about is making sure it's in the right spot. For this to fit here, it needs to all be in the project folder. Okay, you need all of your parts that you're using in the project folder. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to come into here, File, Save, wait a minute, Part 3, File, Save As, find your project folder. This should be the one that has your box in it. Do you remember the box that you just finished, the wooden laser cut box? You want all those files in this location. This is your project folder. If you don't have them set up like this already, then you need to go ahead and do that, okay? So I'm going to call this Parametric Pear, my initials 2, because this is like the second time I've done this. Click Save. Okie dokie. Now, next important thing. I'm going to check my project folder. Parametric Pear 2 JG. Yep, that timestamp looks good. So, that's how you make your parametric pair. Take a screenshot of this for submission, and then when you guys go to actually use this, you are going to need to put in some work planes. Here are your work planes. You will want a work plane through here, and a bisecting work plane. So let's go ahead and get started. You want to use the mid plane between two planes to click there, and then its sister surface, so that way we get a plane going up and down like that. Then you want to do it again, except this time we're going to get a horizontal plane. This will help you align it with the work planes that you should create in your axle. And a third one, mid-plane between two planes, boom, and boom. Nope, not that one. Turn that visibility off, we don't want it. Needs to be a bisecting work plane. There. And there. All right. Now save that, because you want those work planes. Now, as you have used them, you can turn them off, but let's just leave them on for right now. So, hopefully this video helped you. Have a great day.